And you remember that story when Jesus said, okay, yourself give them to eat. And what? How we can give them to eat? 5,000 people. What were we taking all the bread? You give them to eat. And this I like to Jesus to make us on the move. Because if you were here at the conference, Father Trevor was saying clear, everybody's relying on the priest. Everything, okay, what say the priest and the bishop, is somehow to dump on them, and we're doing nothing. But we are the church. Everybody responsible. And we forget that because we are smart, we just dump on them. He say, yourself, give them something to eat. If Jesus saying, because we can give them something to eat, we can do something. Okay, so Jesus went in another place because some people, this is interesting, follow him. He said, you follow me just because you eat. You have to eat. Okay, so I run in another place. It's true, only the apostles follow him. So really, those who are looking for Jesus, not for the bread. That is interesting. So he went in another place. Only the apostles were with him. Okay, and in this other place, he found the Father and began to argue with him, seeking for him a sign from heaven to test. He say, Jesus, give us a sign, and we believe. What did Jesus say? I don't give you any sign. Oops. Think on us, no? If you are half a believer, non-believer, I say, Jesus, really, if you do a miracle before our eyes, really, we will believe in you. We will trust in you. We will see that you are Lord. And Jesus said, I will not do any sign. And in another passage, you remember, they say, I will give them, he's talking about this generation. I don't give any sign to this generation. Only one sign, the sign of Jonah. You remember this? What is the sign of Jonah? Jonah finishing the fish, after 3 days was spitting out of the fish. So it's the symbol of the resurrection. So nice that even Jesus took back of the Old Testament, so that he says it's a continuation, no? He never canceled the Old Testament. So I give to them only the sign of Jonah. So those who understand, Jonah stayed 3 days in the fish and after Elijah became there. Okay. So he don't want to give other sign. But he said, why? He can help us in our faith. Why not? Can you answer? Sure, yes. Because lately all the last mass that we have can help you. Why Jesus didn't do any sign to them? I say, I don't give you any sign. Because if you want a sign for belief, I don't give you anything.
It's coming from the wrong place. Saying, I don't know, that's not how you're supposed to approach Jesus.
Let's think the readings of these last Sundays. You remember John Baptist? John Baptist once he was asking in a more polite way. He sent his disciples ask to Jesus, say, please, are you the one who was supposed to come, the Messiah? Or we are supposed to waiting for another one? You are the one. They just ask, you are the one? And this is what they say. Look around. The deaf are hearing, the blind are seeing, the lame, all this, they are jumping and so on. Oh, so John say, follow him. It's the Lamb of God, you remember? So there are things already happening. So many people were following Jesus that you need to multiply the bread. And there were a miracle here, miracle there. What they are looking, the happened miracle just in front of you? You want this? No, I don't give to you. So the other people say to John, what are you seeing? Oh, the blind are seeing, the deaf are hearing. So there are things moving around. once again, like Jesus is always saying, at who will knock will be open, who search will find. All the Lord is close to all those who seek for Him with sincere heart. Always the same. So if you really are looking for Him, you will see the sign. If you don't look for Him, you don't see, you will not see even the sign. See what is happening after. The Gospel of Mark is written so nicely. So after he said to the Pharisee, I don't give you any sign, I don't give any generation to this sign, he went in the other shore. Woo, the opposite side. Jesus went in another place. Okay. And Jesus started to talk with his apostles. Say, be careful about the yeast of the Pharisee. Watch out, guard against the leaven of the Pharisee and the leaven of Herod, blah, 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 blah. And the apostle was there doing. They were talking, hey, yes, we forgot the bread. We have no bread for tonight to eat. And Jesus, what the heck are you saying? I'm not talking about the bread to eat tonight. And he said, you have a ear, but you don't hear. You have a eye, and you don't see. You see the connection? You have ears, and you don't hear. You have eyes, and you don't see. We saw on apostles. You see the connection? If you're looking for Him with sincere heart, you will find. If you pay attention on the sign where God is present, or moving thing, you will recognize. E tu dici, apostolo, are you blind, guys? Are your hearts hardened? Do you have eyes and don't see, ears and don't hear? And you do not remember when I multiplied the bread 4,000 and so on. What we are talking about, we have no bread. Don't worry about this silly thing. Don't worry about these things. What I'm teaching to you. Third passage. Follow, huh? So they wanted sign. First the Pharisees said, I don't give you any sign. And after, hey, be careful you, those who are following me, don't be blind. So they arrive in another place, and they find this man, the blind man of Bethsaida. When they arrive at Bethsaida, they brought to him a blind man and begged him to touch him. He took the blind man by the hand and led him outside the village. Again, he made some mold, put in his eye, and started to say, do you see anything? I see people like a tree, and again he prayed upon him. Okay, now I see clearly. Was restored. He could see everything distinctly. Then he sent him home and said, do not even go into the village. Do not even go. Because if people want a sign. If you are going, follow me, you stay with me, you will see sign. You will see. I don't do show up. The style of God is no show up. In this new village where you are, I say, there's this blind guy, please, we beg you, do something. Okay. He took my hand, he took her outside of the village, so where there's nobody, heal him, and say, hey, go back home. Don't even pass through the village. Oops. Somebody can say, let's give glory to God. Let's say, no, here there are miracles and things. You see the way of God, how they are different from us. Huh? You want to see a sign? Follow me. You will see many signs. You don't care, I want to do a sign in front of your eyes, I don't give you anything. And this is proved in what's happened next. No? Because now Jesus started to ask to his disciples, okay, what people are saying about me? You remember the story? Somebody say, oh, you are John the Baptist that come back to life. Oh, maybe you are Elijah. Oh, maybe you are a prophet. You remember, no? At a certain point, he asked, yeah, okay, this is what people think. But you guys, what do you think that I am? And Peter said, you are the Messiah, the Son of God. And Jesus said, oh, blessed you, Peter, because it's not come from you, it's my Father who revealed to you. Oh, so good. They die. The Pharisee, the priest, all will condemn me, and blah, blah, blah. And they will kill me. And Peter said, no. We just started the ministry. We are spreading this new salvation joy, and you will die. No, it's not possible. Hey, shut up. Satan, go away from me. Oops. Because you don't think like God, but you think like man. This is interesting. So how Peter, like 10 minutes before, it was so good to have the revelation of the Father, he said, you are the Messiah. Recognize that. And when Jesus said, if I'm the Messiah, it's not like a human being thing. I need to go to the course through suffering and so on, because I need to give you an example, let's say, I will show you how to bear that cross, that suffering, how to pass through the fire, let's say, Okay. And after a while, the 10 minutes, not being even 10 minutes, he said, no, how can it be possible? It is Satan. So that's when we talk about the discernment. That God can speak to you, even God the Father, but even Satan, because it's always around us, even in the same moment, after 5 minutes, he's talking to you. First the Father. So don't be discouraged when sometimes you feel so holy, and sometimes you feel so unholy, because we are on earth, and the evil one is around us. But Jesus gave him a good teaching, because you are thinking like men, not like God. So go away, Satan. Going to the conclusion. And said to them, whoever wishes to come after me must deny himself, take up his cross, and follow me. For whoever wishes to save his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life for my sake and that of the gospel will save it. What profit is there for one to gain the whole world and forfeit his life? What could one give in exchange for his life? Whoever is ashamed of me, say, so who won't come after me denies himself, take his cross, his trouble of every day, and follow me. So all these excursions is very interesting, because what is worth if you conquer all the world, you have all the wealth, but you lose yourself, there is no sense in your life, everything. So it's so beautiful. So people are still looking, hey, one day when I will see miracles, something clear about God, I believe in God. Okay, go ahead. God don't even touch you. But for those who look for sincere heart, who seek Him with sincere heart, we'll find. We'll find. So all this teaching is so deep, so nice. So sometimes we do some healing, but do it in private. Say, don't say anything, or go away from this, and do this, and do that. Because it's just so clear. Those who are looking for me, they will find me. They will know. They will see. But those who think humanly, and they follow the counsel of Satan, no, they are thinking humanly. They are not thinking like God. So they don't see and don't hear. Sometimes we want God more active in our life, more around in us. But somehow we always dumping on ourselves. They say, guys, move. Guys, move. You give them something to eat. Guys, move. You have already what you need. You have the Holy Spirit. You don't need anything else. Move. But we are so different from the first Christianity. You remember the first Christianity? It is in that fourth sentence. Remember in the Act of the Apostle, chapter 2? When they say, all those people who come to the faith, believe in God, what they will do. Fourth thing, you remember? No? If they have a property house, they sold out and put the money in common. So they were living together. They were hearing the preaching of the apostle, which means formation. They were praying together, okay, giving glory to God together. And they were breaking the bread together. So these people, they were so crazy that, wow, once they know God, all the other things really, they count nothing. So they left everything, sold everything, and they were living together, sharing the money. And so nobody was in need, they were saying. So, because the money was distributing according to their needs. So living together, not worry about the money, praying together, breaking the bread together, and have formation together. It was so powerful, that church at the beginning that spread all around the world. Now, as Father Trevor was saying during the conference, now we are so watering down our faith. That is nothing. It's not the first thing that moves us. But because around the world, there are still people living like this. Abandon everything, living together, praying together. So it's not an ideal. And we have many friends of this. We have some of them in New Zealand, living in this SCP community. Some they're living in Manila, another CP community. Some are living in Germany, some are living in Malta. They have communities spread around the world. And when we know them, we were all this age, your age. They enter there, little by little know each other, they marry, they grow up with children, so it's still the children in the community. You know. So really they can live, they can survive and enjoy daily prayer, daily mass, and they are testimony for the world around them. And usually they organize activity, things. It's a very active part of the church. Once again, because it's not only upon the priest, but everybody there is.
Why are they're living together?
Why they're living together? You know the song is to live together as brothers and sisters. The Psalm 133. Oh, how is good, it's beautiful to live together. If we do so like us, who live together in community, how beautiful it is. When you share the food, when you share activity together, you are not alone. That beauty is staying together. But in our day, we are so selfish that we think the best beauty is to live by ourselves with what we want, not messed up with other people, because there will be more trouble. Of course, in the community, the more people there are, there can be more trouble, let's say, because different character. But when God is in the middle, you know, it's working on the people. I always